So Dogpack just dropped his third video on the MrBeast takedown, and damn, is it bad. On top of that, MrBeast is getting sued by a bunch of different people for his horribly treated Beast games. And someone was actually hospitalized after a tower fell on them at the Beast games. Before I summarize everything really quickly, I ask you to please subscribe, because it really does help me out more than you can imagine, and you would just be making a dream come true by clicking. Thank you so much. Enough yap. Back to the video. Thank you, I really do appreciate it. Anyway, yeah, immediately Dogpack has announced that a fourth video is coming up, that it's not ending with the third one, and this part 4 has a bunch of new stuff in it, which will be released after Jimmy responds, which may as well be never, because Jimmy refuses to respond to any allegations. But this third video talks about a lot of really serious stuff, especially about MrBeast's CEO and cousin James Warren, who is an alleged ex-drug addict, who has allegedly given drugs to employees, who has allegedly had an incident with a female worker, who allegedly beat dogs, allegedly hit girlfriends, alleged ties to Ponzi schemes, which are just stealing money scams, but companies. Then he covers allegations about James Warren's friend, LaKoya Hill, who is also another apparent COO who has worked for MrBeast, and allegedly ran a adult entertainment company. The idea that people with these types of backgrounds shouldn't be hired for basically kids shows for MrBeast. He also allegedly dodged SA consequences. Basically, he allegedly SA'd someone and then just moved positions to not get into any trouble. Also, there's a bunch of stuff on MrBeast for giving, allegedly, drugs to his employees to work harder, for allegedly creating toxic working environments, for allegedly being sexist, covering up essays, and removing any evidence against him on YouTube. A lot of SA for some reason. There are a lot of offenders on MrBeast's channel for kids, which is really suspicious and concerning. But to summarize the main criticisms, it's the idea that these people that are working for MrBeast are horrible. For example, James Warren has been described, allegedly, as a complete psychopath who hits people, screams, and all that. Allegedly saying people, allegedly offering cocaine to people so they work harder during the night. And this is a secret CEO as well, so behind the scenes. Potential harassment, potential negative behavior is a horrible track record to have as the CEO of MrBeast. Don't need to explain that. And that falls onto the hands of MrBeast as well, because he has hired this person, he has put them into this position of power, and continues to work with and or for them. Dogpack also talks about someone called James Wettell, who came out with his own testimony, which is like my story, talking about how he was put in horrible conditions during one of his isolation videos and wasn't even given a full payout of money, which MrBeast then settled in DMs, giving him the money that he wanted, but James Wettell refused that as well, surprisingly. In a good way. Giving money kind of shows MrBeast's admission of guilt and wrongdoing. And you know, it kind of blurs the line between game show and torture, because James Wettell did say he was tortured in this isolation challenge. Dogpack also talks more about James Warren and how he was endorsing criminals, who is actually in jail for 10 years, and stole an elderly woman's money. Basically, to summarize this, Dogpack just talks about how the people like LaKoya Hill and James Warren, CEO, COO, are incredibly shady people who have endorsed criminals and have a adult business background. So, I guess no one cares about background checks at MrBeast Inc. And both of these people have been accused of being offenders and harassers and assaulters and all that. And again, people like Chris Tyson, who are also an abuser, a minor PDF file. All of these horrible abusers, assaulters, incredibly suspicious people have just all been let onto the MrBeast company. MrBeast also fired LaKoya Hill to cover this stuff up, and he's trying to cover up everything, I will say. So they hire all these shady people and get into all this controversy, and then MrBeast just tries to cover it all up instead of apologizing, doing anything right, or even responding normally. There was also a MrBeast employee who came out with allegations that Chris had SA'd her, and this has apparently just been completely ignored at MrBeast Inc. And apparently the HR at MrBeast's company is also horrible. There's also some allegations that apparently Jimmy himself tried covering up SA, which would be crazy. The man himself dipping his hands into the dirty cookie jar full of needles and rusty hammers. Again, to clarify, this MrBeast employee is linking Chris into this alleged SA claim and linking MrBeast by saying he was trying to cover this up. But we will have to see if this particular thing is true. And please, please, Mr. Beast, can you just respond? Even Mr. Beast's girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, is calling out Mr. Beast for being a horrible person and completely sexist. But again, this may not be true as well. But yeah, I strongly urge you to watch Dogpack's video and stuff. This is just meant to be a summary. But pretty much, Mr. Beast genuinely has to respond to clear up all this stuff, because this is facing real crimes, real sues, real people going to hospital, real everything, man. People feel unsafe, employees are being extorted, all this stuff. Mr. Beast actually needs to come out, prove some truth, prove some wrongs, fix what needs to be fixed, especially with the CEOs, because this is pretty much the death of his reputation, and with these sues, maybe even the crumbling of Mr. Beast's empire. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you. Have a good night, and peace. Comments, shares, and likes for all the rest. See you. Oh, and really, thank you for watching.